All right, here we are, another video. This time we'll not be talking about the MFO. We will get back to the MFO, and we will get back to anything else. Of course, you know, I already did the basic training video. A friend of mine actually sent me a comment on my Facebook about doing videos for YouTube, and he gave me a call and asked and said, hey, do a video about 9/11, what we was doing on 9/11. I said, all right. He says, I'll make a video of it, and this is to my memory and to the memory of other people that was with me on that tragic morning of 9/11. So the video starts off as when I was asleep early morning, September 11th. I was in my little room, my roommate was in his room, and a friend of ours started banging on the door. We lived in an apartment building, and he just lived 4 doors down from us. So he comes up and he starts banging on the door. Hey, you guys, get up! Get up! You know, and I was like, man, this is, fuck, who is that? It sounds like Nick. Yeah. So I go up to the door and open the door, and he says, what's going on? He says, dude, the fucking World Trade Center's on fire. Check it out, it's on the news. I said, oh, okay, the 2 towers in New York. So my other roommate, he gets up and he puts his clothes on or whatever he does, and he comes out and goes, what's going on? Just as I turn the TV set on. Change the channels, go to channel 4, and it shows Tower 1 that's on fire. I said, man, look at that. That's a hell of a fire up there. You know? I said, hopefully maybe they'll just evacuate the people on those other floors to the roof and just have helicopters pick them up, is what I said. And he's like, oh, wow, you know, we're looking at it, you know, wondering what the hell happened. And we was trying to get it out of the news reporters of how the fire started. And meanwhile, my roommate and my other friend were just gabbing away. So after a few minutes of watching it, I watched a plane bank from a different angle and slam right into Tower 2. I went, oh, and I looked, and my roommate looked, and Nick looked, and I said, dude, he flew that plane was flown into the tower on purpose. I'm probably the first one probably in the history of 9/11 to come up with that conclusion roughly 15 seconds after it happened. Now, I'm not saying that I'm fucking hula hula or a super soldier. I got all this wisdom, but to me, the way that the plane banked into it like it was aiming, I said, that shit is on purpose, dude. They flew that plane into that fucking building on purpose. So, and I got 2 people to swear on this. I went over and picked up the telephone and dialed my armory. My armory, my National Guard armory, is 5 blocks away from my apartment. So basically, I don't have to drive my car down and park it in the armory to go do my drills. And I roughly had 5 months left before my contract was up. So I dialed the phone. No, of course, no cell phone. I didn't have no cell phone because it's 2001. So it's like, I called the armory, and a Staff Sergeant Conception, who is our full-timer and our retention NCO, was up in the office. I picked up the phone, and I say, hey, Sergeant Conception, do you see this? And he said, yeah, I'm seeing it right now on TV. I said, should I get down to the armory? He says, just stand by. That's all he told me, is to stand by. And I said, I think we're under attack, bro. He says, dude, just stand by. All right. So I hung up. We continued to watch what was going on, and eventually we saw the towers fall. I said, oh my friggin' God. I said, look at that. And I said, some son of a bitch is going to pay for this. Because for me, again, not because of my earthly wisdom or whatever, my insight or my whatever, I said somebody fucking attacked the fucking World Trade Center. Now, they finally said there was 2 airplanes that was involved that crashed into it. And then we started getting reports about the Pentagon later on. And then the other plane crashing into the field. So for my 9/11, it was pretty crazy, just like the rest of the people in the United States. It was like, holy shit, what the fuck? And I waited for roughly a few weeks. And I didn't have enough wisdom at the time to keep calling down at the armory, our National Guard armory. But in October, almost the 3rd week in October, I was watching the news about 9/11 after I came back from work. I worked at a Blockbuster. Yeah, go figure. And underneath it had this ticker tape. It says, all California National Guardsmen are to report to their units. And it then had like 143, and ours, the 160 came across. I said, oh shit. So I grabbed the phone, dialed it, and I says, hey, what's going on down there? And he says, Corporal Dell, where the fuck are you? I said, I'm at the house. And he says, dude, he says, we've been calling people for the past 2 days. Get your ass in here. I said, what should I grab? Grab everything, all your uniforms, and bring them. I said, oh, fuck. So I grabbed my rucksack out of the fucking closet, and I stuffed all my BDUs. Oh, this is before the combat patch. It's just, you know, this patch was on this side, and I had the flag up here. So there was no combat patch. So I grabbed that, including this field jacket, which I've had since forever. Go down to the armory. And I told my roommate, and he says, I'll see you when I see you. And I go racing down there. I left my car in the apartment parking lot. And I went down there, and everybody, the whole company was in there. Just people everywhere. And I said, what the hell's going on? And they says, we're mobilizing. I went, because we knew by this time Afghanistan was going down. We knew it at the 82nd Airborne there, the 101st Airborne, the Special Forces were there. You know, probably Delta Force, and some of the Marines might be out there rocking and rolling. So we think that we're going to be going to Afghanistan. And we're like, fuck. So we waited in the armory for 2 days while we were just signing all sorts of paperwork. And naturally, by that time, I had to shave. I had a killer 5 o'clock shadow. And he says, all right, guys, we got the official word that we are being mobilized. And I went, wow. I'm thinking Afghanistan. I'm thinking, you know, by this time we learned that Al-Qaeda or whoever fucking attacked the World Trade Center. And I says, I hope we make their fucking country into a fucking parking lot. And unfortunately, we didn't go to Afghanistan. We got mobilized in Operation Noble Eagle 1, first Noble Eagle, which meant that we're going to do drive to Colorado in buses, do a couple months train up, and then we spent the next 10 months at the Tooele Army Depot in Utah. Basically, we took over there for the Provost Marshals. And the depot itself was an ammunition dump, where they got ammunition dating back from like the early 1900s. And what they do is they blow up all this old ammunition. But they had everything from aerial torpedoes to 500-pound bomb clusters. They had all that stuff. So who in the hell is not going to want to attack the place? So remember, on this video, this is just a month after 9/11. Now, if you want to retro it to right now, that doesn't sound hoo-ha, because we're Shipbird National Guard, or, oh, it's just 9/11. But remember, at that time period, we had absolutely no idea if the United States is going to be attacked again. So that means everything was an all-time high, an all-time fever pitch. Everybody was ready to rock and roll, you know, and we carried ammunition, our body armor, all our equipment with us everywhere we went while we were on that base. Because someone can come in and attack. So we had to do the training to look for bombs inside cars. We had to stop cars that was going inside the base. We're talking about hundreds of cars. We had to check IDs. We had to do the whole 9 yards. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is 9/11. So the first year was all paranoia. And that's how we took it. So this is my video about what happened on 9/11 with me and what happened with the National Guard unit that eventually was called up to mobilize. So there you go, and I'll post this to YouTube and hoo-up for everybody.